Good morning, first graders. The next project, which I'm excited for, and I hope you will be too, it's called Spring Branches. And I would like you to use any colored paper you have at home for a background. The first one we're gonna do is going to be Pussy Willows. And I think you're gonna have a lot of fun with it. It's in two parts. So first you take any color paper you like, and you're going to write your name at the bottom. I'm going to put it over here to the side so there's room for the vase. And whatever class you're in, whichever class, and the date. I think the vase is going to go over that, but because we're going to have the flowers and the branches in a vase. Let's date it for Monday. I think it's the 30th and 20. Okay, so as long as you have your date and name on the front. Now you could have a piece of white paper or a light colored paper because we're going to create our vases and then paint them. I hope you have some kind of watercolor set at home, but whatever you've got to color it would work. It's nice to have a washy effect. Okay, so I'm gonna do a small vase so I could have branches that are tall. I'm going to let me do it in pencil first. No, I feel confident. I'm going to just go for the vase. Belly's out here and it comes down. And this is the lip of the vase, and then it bellies out here and it comes down. I didn't do it perfectly, but that's okay. So a black Sharpie. You could do it in pencil first and then black Sharpie it. Now, some people like to paint first and then cut out. I can do that. Take a brush with water, and I am going to go for you can mix your colors. A bluish green would be nice. You can get a really washy effect if you put water down first, but I'm just going to go with pigment. That means color. Blending the blue, a nice turquoise colored vase. Circles with the brush. Small brush like we have in the art room. A lot of people go for the big brushes, but small is better for this smaller work. I keep dipping in the water. These are just like our temper cakes, but they're smaller. Okay, once you have this, you cut it out. It's still a little wet. You could wait till it dries, but I think I'm just gonna go for the blow on it a little bit. And then show the black line. Come around. I used color paper. I tried this before and I used color construction paper and I painted it. I changed up the color. I'm saving my scraps for a reason. So you can use any paper you really have. Coming around the bottom. Okay, that is going to get pasted onto a background. And then with the scraps, you can take a little scrap and make a wiggly. I want to see you do some nice designs all the way across. See how I'm doing it on the vase itself to kind of measure the size roughly? That's one. Here, I'll do another one here using the same, and I'm doubling it. Squiggle lines, doubling it because it's going to be cut out. Okay, just let it run off the edge. And I'm going to paint that, give those a nice color, any color you like. Let it go over, ooh, that's nice. Let it go over the black line. Jiggle in the pot of the watercolor pan, or what would we call that? I guess a little pan, little holder, watercolor holders. Here's an orange. It's kind of rusty. You want to make it brighter. Less water will make it brighter. Pure pigment. Okay, there's that. And then this is pretty dry. I mean, it's not dry, but you can cut it and paste these down. I will have instructions for this in the materials when I post it. cutting these both out. Use your scraps. You know, you can design it any way you want. So I'm trying to come in with the detail. So this will be part one, making the vase and the designs on the vase. And then I will show you how to do the pussy willow branches when I return. Very delicate. Okay, so there's one little squiggle. Here's the other squiggle, and you'll glue these down. Oops. And I'm going to take my little pot of glue. This is really a paintbrush, but I'm using it as a glue brush. Any kind of glue you have will work. 1, 2. I might add some more designs, but you'll see that later when I come back to it. And then flip the whole thing over. It dries very quickly. Watercolor dries very quickly. It's very clumpy glue. And just window of glue, like I've taught you, window of glue, and go to the edges. Go to the edges. And then I want this to go way down at the bottom so there's room for our branches. Kind of covering up my Burke, but right there is very nice. It doesn't have to be centered. Okay, that's part one.